Won't want to miss Joe the Plumber and Neil in the next hour.
There's just over a week left in the race for the White House, and there are real concerns over whether or not Americans will have a free and fair election. Take a look at this. 15 states now are facing massive voter fraud allegations as the group ACORN continues to raise doubts with alleged fake registration forms. What is really going on, and how will it affect your vote for president? Joining us now, Michael Solomon, a former member of ACORN, who's now a member of acornwatch.org. Michael also wrote the book, Where Did My America Go? Thanks for being with us, Michael. What's your big concern right now with so little time between now and our election?
Oh, my concern is that the election gets stolen somehow. But just to clarify a point, I was never a member of ACORN. We are an ACORN watchdog. This all started with Gretchen Carlson on Fox and Friends a couple of weeks ago when she threw down the gauntlet and said, I wonder who the watchdog is for ACORN. So we decided to pick up the gauntlet, and we started a website. And basically, it's not just against ACORN, even though it's called ACORN Watch. We are really looking into voter fraud and registration fraud in any party. We're a complete nonpartisan group.
Right. Okay. Well, so are we. Fox really has been at the forefront. Eric, who's sitting here, has been inundated with emails. He has checked each and every one of those, been around the country, and he has found incidences of voter fraud. What has your group specifically done? And do you see corrective measures going into place in time for this to be a free and fair election?
Well, the corrective measures have already been taken up by the courts. As a matter of fact, one of the problems is when you've got registration and voting happening at the same time, where, for example, in Ohio, where the courts upheld Jennifer Bruner's edict that you can vote and register and vote at the same time, I think that's a little ridiculous. There should be a time between here. There should be a cooling off period.
But that's an issue that's already made
officials to check it.
That's an issue that's made it to the Supreme Court. It's been the question's been asked, answered, and may be rectified, maybe not. That's something that voters need to keep an eye on because we all want our vote to count. But when you look at ACORN and you look at their practices, what specifically do you see wrong with what they're doing? Because they brag that they have gotten 1.3 million new people to register.
Well, they claim they've got 8,000 people on the ground registering people, and basically they're paying people by piecemeal. In other words, they get paid by the number of registrants that they bring in. So they're actually hitting phone books and just, I mean, look what happened in Nevada. They've registered the Dallas Cowboys and Mickey Mouse. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, if I want to go to a football game, I can't go to Nevada to watch it because they don't have a stadium big enough for the Cowboys.
Okay.
But it's out of hand, and people have to realize that that this can be widespread, and it could change an election. For example, just look what happened in Florida in 2000.
Right,
with
Michael,
George Bush won by less than 1,000 votes.
You know, Eric and I have been following voter fraud so closely. This particular show in particular has talked a lot about it, and we've talked to many secretaries of state other than the one you referenced in Ohio. So we're going to stay on it, as we know you will, and thanks for coming on today. Michael Solomon.
Thank you.
And we will have some of those emails coming up in the next hour here on Fox News Channel. We've gotten so far about 8,000 of them from our viewers concerned about potential voter registration and voter fraud during this election. And speaking of the campaign, we've been hearing a lot about the economy and job creation. In 2 minutes, we'll give you a look at the job creation policies of Senator Barack Obama and John McCain on the job front.
And record turnouts are expected this election day. So find out why the nation's oldest civil rights group, the NAACP, is going to court to prevent any problems at polling places in one state in particular. We'll tell you where that is.
Tonight, breaking down the campaigns, how are voters responding? Tim Kaine and Tom Ridge with insight, and Karl Rove maps out the key states on Fox News Sunday.
The way the stock market's been acting lately, you may wonder if you've been doing the right thing. Is the advice you've been getting helping or hurting? Are the fees you're paying really worth it? TD Ameritrade's fees are fair and straightforward. Their research is independent and unbiased. Their investment consultants are knowledgeable and there when you need them. So why not talk to one?
Call, click, or visit a TD Ameritrade branch today.
New Bounce Awakenings lets you enjoy renewed fresh throughout your day. They're a new dryer sheet infused with scent beads that gently burst as you move, renewing the freshness